there's a hard truth most men don't want to hear. You think that by giving her peace, consistency, and endless attention, you'll finally become the man she chooses to love forever. But the brutal reality, that very peace may be the reason she loses interest. You see, for women, emotional engagement is not built on comfort alone. It's built on stimulation, on the sense that the man she's with has depth, ambition, unpredictability, and edge. A man who never disagrees, who only validates and agrees with her, slowly starts to feel invisible. But because he's too safe, it's a strange paradox. What makes you the perfect boyfriend on paper is often what makes you forgettable in her emotions. Why? Because attraction doesn't grow in certainty. It grows in tension. It grows when she feels like she's with someone who lives life by his own terms. Someone whose approval must be earned, not handed out for free. This doesn't mean you treat her poorly. It means you stop making her the center of your world. You start creating a world so powerful, so magnetic, that she wants to be part of it, not because you begged, but because you inspired. We'll break down why some men lose their value by being too available, and how you can rebuild your presence, purpose, and personal gravity. Because the truth is, you don't need to be the nice guy. You need to be the man whose life is a challenge worth chasing. Here's what most men don't understand about attraction. Women are naturally drawn to someone they perceive as superior in some way, emotionally, socially, intellectually, or energetically. This isn't arrogance. It's biology. It's about security, admiration, and challenge. When you spend all your time trying to please her, prove yourself to her, or gain her validation, you're unintentionally lowering your own value in her eyes. It's simple. If you constantly show her that she is the prize, and that you're lucky to even be near her, eventually she'll believe it. And once she does, the dynamic shifts. You'll be the one chasing, and she'll be the one evaluating. Now, here's the twist. Women don't consciously want a man who makes them feel less than, but they do crave a man who feels slightly out of reach. A man whose time, energy, and approval must be earned. Why? Because earning something creates emotional investment, lives. So stop trying to be the man who gives her everything up front. Instead, be the man who already has everything going for him, and lets her come closer as she proves she belongs in your world. You don't owe constant praise or blind agreement. What you owe is clarity in your standards and confidence in your path. That's what separates a man who's being tested from a man who's being pursued. Let's be honest, people want what others want. This isn't shallow, it's human psychology. It's the social proof that something has value. And it applies to relationships just as much as to anything else. If a woman sees that you're admired, respected, and desired by others, especially by other women, something shifts in how she sees you. You're no longer just a guy who likes her. You're a man with options, a man who chose her, not because you had no one else, but because you have standards. Too many men isolate themselves, thinking loyalty means invisibility. They disappear from the world and expect one woman to appreciate them in a vacuum. But the truth is, visibility creates value. This doesn't mean you need to flirt or play games. It means living your life boldly and publicly. Surround yourself with people who admire you. Be active, social, expressive. Let the world and her see that you're someone who attracts attention and inspires respect. Because here's the secret. When she feels like she had to earn her place in your life, when she senses that she beat out other women to get your attention, she work harder to keep it. That's not manipulation. That's the psychology of worth. And if no one wants what you have, she subconsciously wonder why she should. So stop trying to prove to her that you're loyal. Start becoming a man whose presence naturally commands loyalty without even having to ask. Let's get real. If your daily life feels dull, repetitive, or uninspired, then that's exactly how you will feel to others, including women. No amount of money, status, or smooth words can replace the magnetism of a man who lives boldly. Think of your life like a movie. Who wants to watch a story where nothing exciting ever happens? Where the main character wakes up, goes to work, comes home, scrolls his phone, and repeats that cycle forever. That's not desire, that's maintenance mode. That's survival, not leadership, not creativity, not power. A man who takes risks, who constantly evolves, who has passions, missions, and mysteries. That's a man who draws people in. He doesn't need to explain his worth. It's felt. And women don't just want a relationship. They want to feel something. Excitement, curiosity, motion. So stop waiting for someone to recognize your value. Become the kind of man whose value speaks before he does. The kind of man whose life is so rich, so fulfilling, and so authentic that others want to be part of it, including her. And when you become that man, you'll notice something strange. You stop chasing, you stop proving, you stop begging for attention or validation, and suddenly people chase you. This is your invitation not to change for others, but to reclaim yourself, to focus on your growth, to protect your energy, and to never again settle for being someone's option. If you're ready to become a high-value man, a man with standards, with vision, and with unshakable presence, subscribe to the channel now, because this is just the beginning.